Our story today is about God's mighty preacher named Paul again, and one of his adventures that he had. This time, Paul went to Troas with some people, and he wanted to meet with the church there and stay there for a week. And while he was there, it was a Sunday, and so they had the Lord's Supper to help remember about Jesus. And while they were there, Paul was preaching. And he preached for a long time because he knew he was leaving the next day. So you can see all these people, and probably it was kind of warm in there, and they were high up in the building on the floor that they were sitting in, and Paul preached and preached and preached. Can you see this guy right here? His name is Eutychius, and he was listening to Paul as Paul was preaching, and he was sitting in the window. And as he sat in the window listening to Paul preach, he got just a little bit sleepy because Paul just preached on and on about Jesus. And he accidentally, Eutychus, fell asleep. And guess what? When he was sitting in the window and he fell asleep, he fell out of the window and he went all the way down to the ground. And his mom and his dad and all the people ran downstairs to see if Eutychus was okay, but Eutychus was dead. And they picked him up and he was dead. Oh, everybody was so upset about that. But Paul came down and he said, "Don't worry. He's not dead. He's alive." And God picked him up and put him in his arms. And Eutychus came up alive again. And so then they went back up into that room and they ate supper with each other. And then the next day, Paul and his friends left the church there and went on about their business, preaching to people about Jesus. Isn't our God just so wonderful that he can bring people back alive again?